In our Parenting Today series, how to address the issue of kids and lying. Kids are going to do it, but parenting consultant Chris Peterson says there are some things that we can do as parents to help curb that problem. Well, Chris Peterson is here today to talk to us specifically about kids and lying, if they're lying to you or lying to teachers, and the best way to go about that. So one of the things you brought up is, first of all, it's kind of something kids tend to do or people tend to do as a way to protect themselves.
It is a self-coping, a self-defense mechanism. I think it goes back to the caveman days.
All right, so it's one of those things that you said parents first and foremost have to realize that kids will lie.
Yep, so we need to get rid of the fantasy that, not my child, oh, Martha wouldn't lie. Sorry.
The fact
the cat's
is,
out the bag.
it's going to happen.
The cat is out of the bag, right?
All right, so when it comes to that, one of the things you say is, how do we as parents get our kids to lie?
Well,
like we're a part of it, so how are we part of it?
You know, and that's interesting to think about, but we do set our children up to lie sometimes. Could be as simple as, you know, maybe it's the bedtime routine and things are running a little late, and I come in and say, oh, Martha, did you brush your teeth?
And the child says, no. They say, yes, I'm sorry.
You're not a good liar. See, you are right.
They say, yes, I have, but they really haven't.
And we know that they didn't, so our instinct is to be like, well, no, you didn't. Well, yes, I did, and it goes back and forth, and it escalates. Now they've set the hooks into the power struggle in hopes that we're going to forget about the original issue.
Let's say it's something serious, more serious than that.
Sure.
You're brushing your teeth, and you specifically are asked, you ask your child, did you hit your sister?
Yeah.
But you know they did.
Yeah.
So you're saying, let's forget all that.
Right.
So how do we change our language to just assume that we know what's happened has happened?
Yeah.
Now what do you say as a parent?
Well, now we're going to focus on what I'm going to do as the adult. So I say, hitting is not okay. I'm going to have to do something about that.
Now what if they deny it and continue to say,
they're going to say, I didn't.
but I didn't do anything.
Yeah. And we're not talking about whether you did or didn't. We're going to talk about what I'm going to do about it. I'm going to do something. That's a very powerful word, because I don't know about you, but I'm not always prepared. So adding the word something tells the kid, all right, I screwed up. Mom and Dad are going to do something. I hope it's fair. and that's the message we send. It'll be fair. Try not to worry about it.
All right. Then also something we should keep in mind then is, just to kind of wrap this up, is to also, if you know, you've now resolved it, you've done the something about it, but a couple days later you might want to revisit with your child why it's important, just to be an honest person.
Yeah, going into that lecture right away, well, I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times why it's important to be respectful to your teachers or to your child or to the dog or whatever it is. Do it a day later, a couple days later, and I might say, hey, Martha, I got an email from your teacher. It sounds like you fixed the problem. And why is it important to be respectful again in our family? And she's going to have a couple, 2 or 3 sentences, and that's enough.
And they've had time to think now. It's not trying to do it at the time.
Right.
They've made that issue. All right. Yeah. Hey, Chris, thanks very much.
Thanks a lot.
All right, for more on kids and lying and what you can do about it as a parent, just head over to news8000.com.